pleasure to take you through the next section, which is the one-to-one. Okay, the one thing I was taught when I joined this business was I didn't need to know anything. But if you get good at a one-to-one really fast, that would help. Okay, so the key with the one-to-one is you don't have to know everything again, which we talked about. All you have to be able to do is just take people through a very brief synopsis of what the opportunity is about. A one-to-one isn't usually designed to give somebody new all of the information. Okay, it's a big mistake a lot of new people make, is they try and give too much information in one go. You know, so when you're ill, do you just sort of, I shouldn't say throw up, okay? You don't want to throw up this opportunity over your poor and suspecting prospect. The idea of a one-to-one is just to find out if there's a degree of interest. Does that make sense? It's not to give them a product training or a comprehensive overview of the marketing plan. Okay, it's too much. What you've got to ask yourself when you do a one-to-one, when I come out one-to-ones, I sort of say, could I have done that better? Did I talk too much? How could I improve it? Okay, because sometimes we get caught up and we're so excited, we just want to give all of this information, and basically we talk our way in and then out the other side again just as quick. Okay, so you've got to keep your one-to-ones really brief and to the point. My one-to-ones are normally about 20 minutes. Okay, so if you're taking an hour or two, you're saying too much. Does that make sense? Yeah? So it's meant to be a part-time business. You've got to keep everything short, sharp, snappy. If you forget something when you're doing a one-to-one, it doesn't matter, they don't know. Just keep going. Okay? I use this directory. We've got a limited amount of these available today. If you see the girls in the coffee lounge at break time, I think we've only got about 20 of them. So if you like what I do with this directory and you want one, we have got some here today. Okay? So this is the international directory. The idea of one-to-one is to give some brief information. Okay? So when I'm sat down with someone, first of all, for the first few minutes when I'm talking to them, I want to find out a bit about them and what it is they're looking for. Okay? I want to know what they're dissatisfied with, whether it's work, whether it's money, where they live, what the circumstance is. Once I've found that information out, basically I just say to them, so if what I've got could address that situation or could help you out of that situation, I'm taking it that you're going to be interested. Right? So never ask a question where you might get a no. Does that make sense? Right? Never ask a question where you might get a no. Always ask positive questions that you're always going to get a yes. That's something I learned quite quickly. So I think I've okay, I'm ahead of myself. I couldn't remember the size. I was still doing them at 1 o'clock this morning. Anyway, so I basically go through the book. I say, look, what I'm going to do is give you some brief information. May or may not be for you, and if it's not, that's absolutely fine. I don't want any barriers going up. I don't want them thinking I'm, you know, some sort of double-glazing salesman. But you know what I'm saying? I don't want them thinking I'm there to convince them to join. I'm basically saying, look, I'm going to give you some information. May or may not be for you. If it's not, that's great. If it is, we can take it to the next stage. How does that sound? Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so let me give you a bit of an outline. The gentleman here is Rex Morn. Okay, he's the founder of the company. Okay, and the company I'm going to talk to you today about is Forever. Right? So there's prompts in front of you. A picture speaks 1,000 words, doesn't it? And that's why I use this particular book. Okay, it's a bit hard for me standing up doing it here. So Rex Morn, like I say, started it in 1978. It's a family-owned company. Okay, we're not owned by banks or anything like that. It's a family-owned company and still the case today. Okay, as you can see from this picture, there are many people all over the world attracted to our opportunity. So there's no stereotypical sort of person that joins. All different cultures, all different backgrounds, all different educational backgrounds. Okay, there's no set sort of person. Okay, and they can see with the pictures that you're showing them. You don't have to go through every page. Okay, as you'll see in a moment. This is our head office in Scottsdale, Arizona, okay, in Phoenix. Now I can say I've been there, because I have a few times, okay, but what you can say is if you haven't experienced something in this presentation, use the third party, okay. So basically what you can say is, look, the people I work with, whilst I haven't been there, the people I work with have been a number of times, so it endorses it and gives it credibility, okay. So this is our head office in Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay. Some of the pictures of inside, as you'd expect a company of our size to be, is quite, I can't even say the word, it's quite plush. Okay? Yeah? So, you don't have to spend too long on these pages. As you can see, we hold major rallies all over the world. Okay? Some of the people that are involved, okay, I'm not going to spend too long on all of these pages, just showing the pictures. Okay? Different people, different backgrounds, as you can see. Okay? I'm going to stop here at this one. This is Rolf Kipp. Okay? Rolf Kipp is our biggest earner right now in the world today. I think it's just over 4.2 million a year from this business. So whether you're looking to earn an extra few £100s a month, or you're looking for life-changing amounts of income, we have an opportunity for you, irrelevant of your background. Okay? So I'll just keep turning the pages. Okay? Just showing them the people, etc. Okay? All happy faces and all the rest of it. Alright, they've changed them. Normally I stop on Mickey, but they've changed this directory slightly. Okay, but as you can see, all different people. One of the great things about our opportunities, we've got about 1.5 billion in property assets. So they're paid for cash. You know, we don't borrow money, we don't owe the banks anything. And as you can see, they're not just some back room in an office somewhere. You know, these are proper buildings. In fact, our head office in the UK is Longbridge Manor, and I know that Rex was trying to buy Warwick Castle, but they weren't having any of it. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that could have been an interesting day out, couldn't it, to head office, a bit of jousting and a bit of... Okay. So, yeah, so as you can see, really impressive buildings. This is our head office in Longbridge Manor, Warwick, and like I say, when I first joined, I actually turned up and went to the building to make sure it was there. What I can tell you is, for prospects that I take to head office, as soon as I pull in the drive, I'm pretty much, I don't have to do much else, they're in, okay? Because it makes a big statement about our company. We bought that in 1993 for about 1.4 million, which was more than that year's turnover, and it was more of a statement to say we're here to stay. FLP have never pulled out of a country, ever, okay? So you've got that sort of confidence. And as you can see, all different buildings, all over the world. Okay. Now, I don't know if you like having fun. Do you like having fun? Yeah? Okay. I don't know if you're into whitewater rafting. Would you like, is that something you'd like to do? I'll hold you back, I'll stand on the side. Okay? I'll wave as you go past. You know, whatever. Some of the guys that were in Vegas when we were over there a couple of years ago were jumping out of perfectly good planes. I don't get skydiving, okay? I stood on the bottom holding the bags and just like, yeah, taking pictures. So a bit of a chicken when it comes to that sort of stuff. Anyway, I can only go on a roller coaster if it's in the dark. I found out in Singapore when we went for the day. Anyway, so if you like having fun, this is the place to be. You will experience things that you never thought would be possible in terms of going to different countries, different places in the world, and just doing great things. FLP took over the Disney World in Singapore recently for all of us, and just had buses upon buses taking people down there, you know, down to Universal and all of that sort of stuff. So it was absolutely fantastic. So that's the sort of thing they do. All right. We've got an asset base which I told you about, which is about 1.5 billion. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of Dallas and J.R. Ewing and who shot him and all that sort of business. We own that. There's a massive conference centre at the back. And like I say, they've just done, well, just finished doing the last series where they took over again for filming and what have you. We're the second largest houseboat builders in America today. We also we own the franchises along the North Rim of the Grand Canyon. Okay. Again, all of these are revenue generated. So I'm just trying to give you a feel for the sort of company that I'm showing you today. This is not some backstreet company that's starting up. This is a serious business, a serious company and proposition. We're the largest owner of game reserves in South Africa as well. Okay, as you can see. Right, so if you fancy meeting a rhino or yeah, there you go, or a lion or any of that business. Not quite sure about the safari. Check your shoes, don't you, before you put them on? Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was worried about going to Singapore. I'm not sure what I'm going to be like going to South Africa. Anyway, so yeah, we go all over the place. So that's a little bit about the history of our business. 1978, so we're a 37-year-old company. So it's not something that may or may not work. It's a proven entity. Okay. So as you can see, more pictures. Just keep turning. Like I don't know if you've seen these pictures. They're not, like I said, they're not very pretty. Some of the products. in those days, should I say. We're vertically integrated, which basically means we own every aspect of our business, from plant to product to distribution. Okay, so with complete control of our own business. As you can see, huge manufacturing facilities. Again, I've been, as some of you in the room have, I've been to many of these and met a lot of these people, the workers and what have you. So all you're trying to do with someone new is give them a feel for, actually, you know, this is a fairly serious deal. Yeah, it's a big business. Okay. In terms of our products, obviously any business is only as good as the products or the service that it offers. I don't start going through every single product. Basically what I say is we operate in a number of different market sectors. You know, we operate in the health and nutrition sector. We operate in the weight loss management sector. Okay, as you can see, I don't focus on that too much. All right. The beauty sector. Okay. Supplementation. The one that I focus on is personal care, because I haven't got to teach anyone how to wash their hair, brush their teeth, or use deodorant. So, you know, if you decide this is something you want to get involved with, you can choose the niche market that appeals to you. By putting it that way, it means the guys that you're talking to aren't going to think they're going to sell lipstick and mascara. Does that make sense? Unless they want to, of course. Okay? But do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes, especially guys, can fall into the trap thinking this is more of a beauty business and it's a woman's business and everything else. It's anything but. That's why I present the products in that way. Okay? So when I turn the page to the products, I don't start saying, well, you know, this is the gel and this is the argine and we've got the Arctic Sea and the difference is that, you know, this is farmed from blah blah blah, and now here's the honey and we've got 500 square. I don't start getting into all that. Your one-to-one is not for that. Okay? Your one-to-one is to give a brief synopsis. Okay? So basically I'm just showing the pictures so they can see the product range and it all looks quite pretty. Okay? And professional. Okay? So as you can see, we operate in some of the big major markets, product markets around the world. Sorry, I've just changed the order. Some of the senior management that you can see here have been together since the inception of the company. Okay, and what's happening now is a lot of their sons and daughters have been, you know, brought through into managerial roles. Okay? So it gives the company complete focus on where it's going. It's not butterfly management where, you know, people are moving from company to company to move up the corporate ladder, which sort of creates instability, if you like, in most organisations. This is very clear, very focused, very family orientated. And as you can see, there's more of a head office team here. Okay. One of the great things about our business is not just about us earning money. Okay, it's about what the company give back as well. So we have something called Forever Giving. So if there's ever a disaster in the world, okay, you'll normally find our company piling in with money or supplies or support in some way. Okay, and you can have a look at that. There's a website, forevergiving.org. You can have a look on there and look at some of the great causes that we're contributing and helping with around the world. Okay. As I said, we do all our own manufacturing, distribution, research and development. Okay. Now the great thing is we operate on a global platform. So what that means is, whilst we might be sat here in Newport Pagnell, okay, the opportunity spreads throughout the UK, in fact throughout the world. We operate in over 158 countries around the world today. And what it means is, if you decide to become involved, you can operate in any of those countries. It gives you a business license to operate globally. Okay, so it's fantastic news because you can build anywhere in the world. Okay. Here's some more of our offices. If I just pick on the Japanese head office here, this is all of it is our head office, okay, in Japan. And in fact, there is only one other building of an equivalent size in that area, and that's the Coca-Cola building. So again, I'm just trying to impress upon you about how substantial this opportunity is and the support that you're going to get as you build your business. Okay, and it goes on and on. Okay, so as you can tell, they're quite impressive. And like I say, I don't go through every page. I just flick them over to show them. Okay, and the Forever Resorts, like I say, we're the largest owner of game reserves in South Africa, as I mentioned before. Okay, and there's a whole resorts website actually that you can go on, and it shows you all the different interests that we've got. So basically, I wanted to show you that one-to-one. is a little bit about the history of the company, a little bit about the products, a little bit about its stability and the marketplace that it operates in. Currently we're turning over